You got any thoughts on what we should turn this Home Depot skeleton into this year?
I don't know. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm not really.
Oh, whoa! Oh!
Hey, why don't you turn it into a 12-foot tall Xenomorph, bud?
A 12-foot Xenomorph. That's a good idea. Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Yes, it would be easier to use the 12-foot tall skeleton for this one, but I don't own it, and I don't feel like paying an absurd amount for it off of Facebook Marketplace. So we start by covering the head with a garbage bag and taping it into place. I'm going to use some chicken wire to mold the head. Then once I get it the way I want it to look, I start to fill it with plastic bags. I just secured the chicken wire to the head with some Gorilla Tape for the time being. And then once I get it filled, I cover the end with a plastic bag, then stretch wrap over the frame. Got this skull planner at Joann Fabrics. Gonna cut out the mouth and chin to use. Just go ahead and attach it into place for now with some trusty Gorilla Tape. That stuff is awesome. I'm gonna add some extra support by stretch wrapping it as well. Time for some Loctite spray foam. Gonna apply this around the mouth area and around the chin, all around there. Then I'll set my timer for 10 minutes. After that runs out, I can sculpt it to get the desired look. Gonna add some more spray foam under the chin and around the back. Wait 10 minutes and then sculpt. The back of the head was not looking long enough, so I'm going to extend it with some more plastic bags stuffed inside a plastic bag. Just tape around it and stretch wrap it into place. Went back to the spray foam around the eyes and around the back of the head. Kind of framing out the shiny top part of the Xenomorph head here with the masking tape. Time to cover this thing with Mod Podge and blue shop towels. Put down a layer of Mod Podge, lay the shop towel on top of it, and then cover it with more Mod Podge. We'll let that dry overnight. Still not happy with the look of his head. Let's make it bigger. This time I'm going to tape a trash bag to the back of the head, cut a hole in the back of it, and then stuff it with plastic drop cloth. Go ahead and tape it, and stretch wrap around that. I cut the blue shop towel off around the teeth. I think this will look much better in the end. Since I have extra, let's add some more drop cloths and get this head even bigger. Just going to add some spray foam along the bottom here. Wait 10 and then go ahead and sculpt that, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, I think I'm finally happy with the look of this. This is just a cable tube you use to hide the cables and wires from your TV. Just going to cut it in half, and I'm going to run it along the sides of the head just to make it look sweet. Now let's start on the body. As you can see, I already have it stretch wrapped. Now I'm going to add some spray foam for texture. I'm just following the same shape as its rib cage here. Wait 10 minutes and start to shape it. That looks Xenomorphy. Now let's do the same thing to the arms. All right, I'm gonna paint the head with this gloss black spray paint. Just want to see how it looks. I also use this metallic acrylic paint on the teeth. Okay, next I'm going to assemble the legs, and I add some more plastic drop cloths for some size. Then I stretch wrap that. I didn't do the midsection yet. That will come later. Time to Mod Podge and shop towel the arms. Then once the front is dry, just go ahead and flip them over and do the back. I've attached the chest to the midsection and stretch wrapped all of it. Add some spray foam on that midsection and the legs for the texture. The scalp on this head is no bueno. It needs to look more like a helmet. So I'm going to cover it with some of this air dry foam clay. Just keep adding on sections until it's covered. And then once it's dry, I sand and smooth it out. For the super shiny look, I'm going to cover with this glossy latex paint. This is also outdoor paint, which helps. I ended up using 3 coats on this thing, and then once it dried, woo-wee, is that a shine. Looking good. I got some more of this cable tubing, and I'll hot glue it along the bottom of the shiny dome. Those Ryobi black glue sticks sure did come in handy on this project. I'm going to give it some extra protection and shine with this polyacrylic. I think 1 layer will do. I can see myself. I'm going to attach the head so I can work on the neck and some other details. Use some more cable tubes to make whatever this part is supposed to be. Looks like tubes that run from the back to the front. So I'm gonna cut some slits in the stretch wrap, slide the cable tubes in, secure them with some good old Gorilla Tape and a layer of spray foam over the top of that. Give that neck a little bit more texture there. Once that was all complete, I covered the front of the body with the Mod Podge and the shop towels. And it was dry, I flipped it over to work on the back. I filled this flexible duct with some foam, and then once it dry, I cut it into 4 sections. I cut some holes in the plastic, I slid the duct in, and then secured it with the Gorilla Tape and spray foam again. And once that is all set and dry, I can cover that part. I use 2 more ducts for the tail. I get the first section stretched out. I'm going to start like pinching it so it just doesn't look like a dryer duct. At least that's the hope. We'll see. And some spray foam for the ridges on the tail. And again, same process. Spray it, wait for 10, and go ahead and pinch them down into shape. And once it's done, I just move down to the next section and repeat. Now I move on to the second duct. Stretch that out. I'm going to use this sickle for the end of the tail. I'm going to cut this open and pinch it together to make it thinner towards the end. Place the sickle piece in the end and secure it with tape. And once I have it all taped together, I'm going to hit it again with the spray foam. Now it's time to attach this big ass tail together and attach it to this beast with some tape and spray foam. Once the spray foam is dry, I'm gonna cover the whole entire thing with, you guessed it, Mod Podge and shop towels. This body looks complete. I'm gonna spray paint it with some glossy black. I really should have included this inner jaw. Let's do it now. 1/2-inch PVC and aluminum foil should work. Just gonna go ahead and ball up the foil, make a cut for the mouth, hot glue it to the PVC, cover with good old Mod Podge and the shop towels, then paint it black once it's dry. I need to cut the jaw open, so I peel away the foam over the lower half of the mouth. I cut off the lower jaw, I reattached it with some tape. Then I added the inner jaw and secured it with tape and spray foam. Use some spray foam to make the tendrils on the side, which actually came out better than I thought it would. Gonna cover it with some Mopo and show toes, because I'm tired of saying Mod Podge and shop towels. And then we'll just paint it black once it's dry. I'm gonna make these teeth pop a little bit more, so I'm gonna use a shimmering silver acrylic and look at them pop. I'm gonna dry brush some of the zinc metallic to bring out the details. I'm also gonna brush the zinc metallic paint on the body for maximum detail poppage. And finally, I'm gonna spray the entire thing with this polyacrylic for some glossy shine and protection from the shitty Michigan weather. I think I might like the back of this thing more than the front. Came out looking pretty good with the tail. One last thing, I replaced the teeth for the inner jaw with these teeth from this poodle skeleton. Now it's time to display this beast like a proud alien father. Really impressed with the shine on that latex paint on the scalp. I think my favorite part is definitely the details on the back and the tail. Probably should move it away from my house so you can actually see it. It's a process. Let's light it up with some green floodlights. Give it the ultimate alien look with some green. Now it's time to finish the rest of the yard. How many days till Halloween?
He's Santa!